Cool. Oh, welcome to Between Two Techies for July. Far out.
Ah,
What's
mate.
going on in insurance land? You got a voice again yet, mate? You recovered from end of financial year?
I know it's the marks of people that work in the financial industry l- losing their voice, illness after the big push to 30 June. So, um, but getting there, recovering, I guess is the word I would use.
Very good.
Um, Mate, we've got a lot to talk about this week, don't we?
Oh
A lot
no,
going on.
keeps going on, and it's like it's third party breach season.
Oh, it is absolutely. Um, do you want to kick off with your one? Because your one's
We'll go. We'll pick on Qantas first because everyone likes to pick on Qantas.
yeah, no, everyone likes to pick on Qantas and with everything that's going on with Qantas and all of that. So I'm like, you know what? I guess where to start. So we all know, I guess it's been all through the news, whether it's online, on TV, on email, anything. Everyone knows what's happening with Qantas, that there was a third-party breach for a program that they're using.
Oh, it was a
Uh,
contact center in
it, yeah,
Philippines.
contact center in the Philippines from memory. I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Um, so Qantas, in all honesty, have been on the front foot. They've been transparent. They've been very vocal about what's going on, what they're doing to handle the situation. They're communicating with their clients. They're ticking every box
On how to
that
do
you.
incident comms.
Yeah, yeah, they are. Like, absolutely. So I look at it from the standpoint of uh, if you want to see a way of not to a large organization not to handle a a very large and public cyber incident, look at what happened with Optus and Medibank Private, Latitude. I mean, the list goes on of all
Nothing's
the
happening. It's fine. There's no issue at all. It's very sophisticated.
sophisticated, all this, yeah, all that sort of stuff. Qantas have been transparent and clear and handled it exactly the way you would want to handle it. In all honesty, so far from what we've seen, and we're going to see more of these, and that's the thing, and this is the reality that people need to get a grip on and understand. We're going to see more of these.
Mm.
It's the way of the world. The more we become invested in online and using anything web related in any way, shape, or form, or any IT thing related in any way, shape, or form, this is going to become a common thing. Um, but Qantas's handling of the way they've done this is pretty much at the moment the gold standard of what we're seeing for large corp. They are clear, they are being transparent to their customers, consumers, and shareholders. Um, Even so, as much as they're investigating it as quickly and they're throwing resources at it to make sure it's being handled as expedient as possible. Um, the thing that this is where I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit with this is what I am not liking. It has nothing to do with what the way Qantas has handled it. It has everything to do with the way the media are portraying it, and even members of our elected officials in our government, um, basically hanging them out, saying, "Oh, it shouldn't have happened in the first place. They should have known better." All of this. Um, in my opinion, it's actually perpetuating uh, bad culture around cyber incidences and cyber events. It's actually going to create even more of a stigma for individuals and organizations to try and hide this. And we need to be doing the exact opposite. We need to be more open and understanding and willing to share when something goes wrong and go, this has happened. We're doing everything we can. We're aware that this could inconvenience some people, um, but we're doing everything we can.
And what does what's the expectation here? To your point of the media and elected officials, etc., calling out and going, "Oh, this is unacceptable. This is terrible." I mean, the only thing that really is even interesting about is about the Qantas breach is just the sheer number of individuals affected. So
Yeah.
really a bad breach. It's
No, no. In the scheme of things, it's
basic
at
contact center information got compromised at the end.
the end. Yeah. And like when like that letter that got published by the senator from Western Australia, that it got published everywhere through social media and online, and I think even a few news outlets picked it up. Um, that letter, um, from coming from an elected government official, um, I don't think sends the right message for this sort of event, in all honesty. I think it does the exact opposite.
It doesn't help anyone. And, and
No,
and the thing is, I think the media and public officials have got the muscle memory now from the Optuses and the Medibank privates that it's like, oh, big corporate has data breach, very bad, bad.
yeah, yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
hang on, this could happen to anyone through no fault of their own. Look, incident is still early days yet. We're only, what, 2 weeks in?
yeah,
Incident could well end up that, at the end when it's, all the forensics is finished and everything, that, it was a really, really simple thing that could have been totally avoided. However, we've got to remember this is third party to Qantas. This isn't even Qantas.
yeah. I know,
So
and
realistically, all Qantas can do is do all the third party assurance checks with their suppliers that everyone should be doing.
yeah,
And as long as they all come up squeaky clean and tickety boo, it is what
yeah.
it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. And I think the news articles that we're seeing around it, the posts from members, elected officials in government, uh, basically, in all honesty, it's clickbait, it's fear mongering, um, at its finest to try and, I guess, just get the likes and the clicks. Like, for whatever reason they're wanting to do it or whatever. Um, it is not helpful, and it is not helping the general consumer and the people at the end of the day, in all honesty.
No, not at all. And all it does is makes people generally fearful, and it's not helpful. And
No.
look, so I think, yeah, look, Qantas has had a lot of bashing over the last couple of years, not necessarily for cyber related things,
For things, but yeah,
but
I mean, but
they've got good at doing incident comms and doing, and just they've exercised that muscle a lot, and they're good at doing it, and they've regularly communicated. They've been honest. They've kept everyone in the loop. They've owned it. They've been all over it. I mean, I'm going to take over now and talk about Ingram Micro, which anyone from the IT industry probably has never heard of them, but they're one of the biggest distributors like of IT equipment and software in the world, listed on the US stock exchange. Um, they had a unplanned outage that started Thursday, like a week ago today. It took until Saturday for them to admit that it was a cyber incident. Um, they're like, yeah, we've got ransomware. We'll be in touch. The
Mm,
first real information that we got was the end of end of Tuesday into Wednesday,
mm.
which was like, oh, we're starting to bring services back online. Total radio silence. In that whole 5 day period, there was pretty much nothing other than, yeah,
Yeah.
that we're working on it. Uh,
Mm.
that is not how to do instant comms at all.
No, absolutely not.
You've got when you've got people leaking information on Reddit being the main source of information about a breach, that's
Y-
bad.
That's bad. Yeah, exactly.
And
Especially for
and that
such a large organization.
yeah, and the thing is too, because they're a wholesaler distributor, the general public doesn't see that and deal with that. If anyone's going to give someone a flogging for not doing a good job of communicating, they should be flogging Ingram, not Qantas.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean,
Ingram's faceless because all that people do is they go to their, IT provider or whatever and go, I wanted this. And it's like, I can't get it because my distributor's down. The client just
Yeah.
goes, well, find another distributor or get a different thing.
Well,
That's the end of it. It's not.
yeah. And this is the thing that like you and I were talking about the other day. Like this is the year of the supply chain attack. Like it is going to be the main frustration cause. Oh, excuse me, mate. Oh God, this flu. I'll tell you what. It is going to be the number one cyber incident for the year.
Oh, totally. And I think that brings us into, I guess, what do we need to know about what do we need to do? It's
Mm,
you need to do your third party assurance. You need to make sure that your suppliers are doing the right thing.
mm.
You need to make sure they've got cyber insurance. The same as we go, and have done for years, go, need to see a copy of your workers' comp and your public liability, thanks, mate. It needs to be, I need to see a copy of your public liability, your workers' comp, and your cyber insurance, thanks, mate.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly. And we need to start moving more into that space of where contractors, third party, where it's as part of the basic tendering of having any contractor. Okay, you need your workers' comp, you need your public liability, you need your cyber.
yeah.
It needs to be in that category of like I know like here's the thing from a business perspective, technically there's no compulsory like actual compulsory insurance unless your license actually requires you to have something. Like for me, for example, I've got to have professional indemnity to hold my license. It's part of working in the industry that I do. There's many other industries that are the same. Law firms are the same. Conveyancers, accountants, real estate agents, like all of them have various legal requirements for licensing. Um, we need to see a shift where cyber becomes that for business.
Oh, totally.
um, because we are going to see more of these claims, and businesses are not going to cope with the fallout and the cost, whether it's just actual monetary cost or whether it's reputational cost. I mean, I know I'm banging on a drum about this Qantas thing, but looking at the way the
What's your
media,
soapbox this week, mate?
oh mate, it's my soapbox for this week. I need a very big megaphone with this voice that I've got at the moment, but um, but it does. I do stand on it. Going, people need to have these protections in place. You need to have good uh, compliance and strategy and a plan for when this thing happens. And in all honesty, Qantas's response to date on this so far, absolute ticking every box. They are hitting the gold standard of the way it needs to be handled. And it does make me think, like, how many other organizations have we seen have not handled this at all? And look at what well, Ingram. Look at that. They're thinking they can fly under the radar because
Yeah,
they're
but
they're
you
deeper in
can't
supply
because
chain.
they're the biggest. They're like the biggest distributor.
Yeah,
Everyone knows that it's happening. Um,
yeah.
and like I saw something in the IT media that incident, whatever the costs of actually dealing with the incident side, they were losing 136 million US a day in lost sales.
Jeez,
Like that's stupid money.
that's massive money. Yeah.
Um,
Um. So, any further updates from them yet since Saturday, or nothing? Just
no,
radio silent.
no, we did got comms yesterday. Basically saying stuff's coming back online. They can't, their website might not be back on, but they can process stuff if you email them.
Yeah.
They've still got problems.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
stuff's starting to come out now, but the problem is 6 days after an incident is not when you start doing your comms properly.
yeah.
I think the first official email we didn't get the first official. We got an email on Monday morning basically acknowledging it and saying it's down, and then we didn't really see anything until Wednesday, which is
Right.
like it's not great.
No,
And
no.
I think the moral of all of this is Be like Qantas. If something happens, when something happens, just get on the front foot. Just go, yep, incidents happened. This is what we know.
Mm.
We will give you, and the big important thing is, and Qantas didn't do this. They didn't have, they could have, didn't have to, didn't hurt them, but certainly, in case of Ingram, one of the most important things you can do is say, hey, we had, you know, we've had an incident. This is what we know at the moment. We will put out the next update at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And even if the update at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning is nothing's changed, but we'll
Mm.
give you another update at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
That expect cadence of communication expectation, and people aren't panicking, going, "When am I going to get the next update? When am I going to get the next update?"
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes the update is I've got nothing, but
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know we're working on it. People are, the boffins in the back shed are doing their thing, trying to figure it out.
yeah,
Um, that needs to be key. Communication, even if the communication is I've got no update. It just shows people that you're taking it in earnest and you want to be transparent, you want to be clear to them. And sometimes the answer is, I don't know. We're working on it, but I don't know. But radio silence is is worse. And uh, uh, Qantas, their handling is being like they're communicating left, right, and center through media, social media, through their websites, like they're really their whole marketing and communications team are all over this. Like
yeah,
they are they are ready and poised to get this done.
yeah. Like, yeah. Anyway, I think that's that. I mean, what else is going on? Other than that, I think that's sort of been the highlight. I was at the ASIA conference last week, which is the
Mm.
Australian Security Industry Associations. Um, everything's much the same. There's a big push to get boards to understand cyber, and I think talking to senior leadership about cyber, I think certainly what I've been saying the last couple of weeks, months, it's really hard to get leadership of businesses to go, I need to look at this. Cyber's not just a thing I can buy. There's
Yeah,
still a lot of the perception of, oh, I will buy one by cyber insurance policy and I will buy one by cybersecurity technical controls. I am now safe.
yeah, and that's all. They don't. Um they need to understand it's a process, and it's a continuing process too.
Yeah.
It's part of ongoing um ongoing education and growth with your business. It needs to be invested in and taken care of and talked about regularly as well, because as we know, majority of cyber incidences start with a human error.
Oh, completely.
So this is the thing. We need to be aware that, well, accidents do happen, but we need to know that staff can come to senior members of their businesses and go, hands up, I made a boo-boo, I clicked on something I shouldn't have. As soon as that happens, it should trigger a process that the senior leadership and management know about. They know what the next step is, who they need to contact, what's the process, and it should be enacted with no fear, trepidation. They're just straight in and getting it done.
Yeah, and it is what it is.
Yep. And exactly. And go, look, and here's the thing, the staff member, um, my opinion on it is don't lambast them for it. Thank them for coming forward. Because
And
them coming forward that's good culture. If they're coming forward straight away and going, oh, I did something, like I've clicked on something, I realized as soon as I did it, I shouldn't have done it. Any delay in that. And the worst thing is, if the employee never comes forward and it's later on, like could be weeks or months later on, when some bad actor is in the system, uh, you find out after the fact and like, oh, I was scared, I didn't want to come forward, because I didn't know what to do, and I thought, I'd lose my job or whatever. Um,
way
that's
more harm's being done at that point.
exactly. Exactly. But if you make it clear with your team and you have the culture where you say, look, best thing you can do for the organization, best thing that you can do for not just yourself, but for us and for everyone. If you click on something, you go, oh, I don't think I should have clicked on that. Tell someone straight away,
Oh,
straight away. Yeah. Yeah. And
oh,
then it,
but
yeah,
but see, this comes back to building a security first culture in your organization.
yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%.
And that's, I think, the biggest thing is that it's people are happy to go, I fucked up. Um, but that's okay.
Yeah,
And we'll learn from it and we'll do better. Um,
yeah, yeah,
but yeah, anyway, so yeah, interesting fortnight, I guess, in between two techies land in that yeah, Qantas and
yeah.
Ingram.
And Ingram, I know. All within a week, and you go, damn, but I think it's like
We're
we've
going
been
to see
talking about.
more. We're going to see more, not less.
Yeah, yeah. The trend is up, it's not down.
Oh,
Um,
good stuff.
all good.
Nice talking to you, mate, and I'll see you next time.
Well, there. Thanks, mate.
Bye.
Bye.